You got this.
Do I stand here?
Yeah, thank you. I am here with BJ from Topline Saddle Fitting.
Yep.
And I guess this is my first saddle fitting experience.
Awesome.
Do you have anything to say to a newbie?
Hold on. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll work it out. We'll run through everything together, find out what's wrong, what's right, and we'll get it all happening together.
Okay, thank you. So we're going to take everyone along Butter's saddle fitting experience today. So we've got Butters today. I know I've already told you guys that he needs some help with a saddle. So BJ's here to save the day. So thank you.
No pressure.
No pressure. No pressure.
Awesome.
You
okay. So I'm going to go around Butters and just have a look at what we're looking at landscape-wise.
Okay. Would you mind if I show you, maybe this is just, I'm kind of white marking him a little bit right there.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if that matters at all.
Yes.
Okay.
It definitely does.
Okay, and it's the same spot on the other side.
Yeah. So what we always look at is things like this, and interject whenever you want, because no one knows Butters like you guys do.
Okay, thank you.
So when we start seeing things like this coming through, it can be tricky because he's pally, but we can see this is clearly some scarring. Now, when white hairs come through, that is fairly common with a saddle that is either too tight or it could be too wide and it's riding down too much.
Okay.
So it could be one or the other. We can't just say, oh, it's this problem.
Okay.
Now,
this other spot happened when he was a 2-year-old from an ill-fitting pack saddle. So that's not as related, but just so you know where that's from.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So when it comes up like this, this is basically intense pressure and we've lost the blood flow. We're killing off the follicle. Okay. So it's coming through white. Okay. When you catch this early enough, sometimes it can disappear. Sometimes it's here for life. Okay. So depending, I'd say this is a permanent one now, but the tissue feels good. So it's not, I'm not feeling anything that would tell me that maybe we've got some permanent damage. Okay. Hey? Okay. Hey, Butters.
Does it seem like he has like pronounced shoulders to you?
Yeah, he does have very high round scapulars. Okay. So he has a nice deep shoulder and his scapula is reasonably laid back. Okay. The back of it is right here. Okay. So that's quite long. Okay. But that's good.
That's a good thing.
Big shoulder action.
Okay, good. Okay,
but it's a nightmare for saddles because we have to avoid this. He's, we're going to support him.
Okay.
All right, let me just check him out. Good boy, Butters. Good boy. Okay.
Oh. And then kind of the same white mark on that same side. Yeah. But
this shoulder is not as big. Let me just have a look. Hey, Butters. No, he has about an inch height difference between shoulders. This is quite significant. Okay. So if you can see from back there, can you see that the height of this here is much higher than here?
Actually, yeah, from the video, I can see like a darker spot too, maybe from the shadow more. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I can see that.
So this is our biggest shoulder. We're going to cater to this. Okay. And match up from here.
Why would his shoulder be bigger?
It could be conformation. It could be an injury. Okay. Or it could be horses are left and right-handed like us. Oh, okay. So it could be that this is just his preferred side. Okay. So when he lays down, he goes this side. When he gets up, when he works off, anything like that. Okay. It more than likely, he's pretty comfortable with his left. Okay. So then the right just gets weaker. Okay.
Yeah, I see that.
And if that's all it is, that's rectifiable. You should be able to even them up a little bit. Okay. Okay. Okay.
You're making me feel better about the situation, but
well, this is the thing. It's all workable. Okay. We just have to nut it out and find out what the problem actually is. Okay. So
I see.
Now I'm going to take a few notes on Butters, which might be a little boring. How old is he?
He's 5.
A little baby.
Yeah.
And quarter horse?
Quarter horse, yep.
And does he do, did you say reining, team roping, all that sort of thing?
Yeah. And I have been heading on him a little bit, which I think to the saddle, a lot more pressure on him on the head side.
There's a lot more. You know, there's a huge amount of torque that comes through the front of our saddles during things like, well, saddles and breastplates, during things like roping, even racing when they jump from the chute, things like that, or from the gates. Sorry. Thanks, Butters.
Dusting us out, yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of torque that comes straight down through the front of our saddles.
Okay.
So generally, if you're in that kind of activity, that's when you're going to see problems come up, because we're putting the horse and the saddle through an action that's not 100% natural. So. Okay. Now, he's a gelding.
Yep. Gelding.
Okay.
Good to know all the specs.
Yeah, that's right, because we need to forecast, is he going to change? Is he, you know, is he 18 and is he shrinking away, or is he 5 and he's coming through a growth
Because I
patch?
wondered if, because from him 2, 3, and 4-year-old year, we didn't have these problems.
Yeah.
But now that he's growing into himself.
He's a big boy, you know. Oh, hey, he's a big boy. So, you know, he's starting to find himself. He's thickening up. He's working, so he's developing that muscle as well. And of course, the age. You know, 4 to 5 can still be a really huge growth stage for quarter horses as well, depending on their lineage and, you know. Hey, you. All right, let's have a look at your gear.
Okay, awesome. I'm going to let Gracie be our filmer. Thanks, Gracie.
Yeah, we'll try that one first.
And so we throw this on without the pad, right?
Yes. And I'm going to ask you to throw it on so that we can look at your placement.
Okay. Maybe I am not the right way with that.
Well, possibly. You know, most of us aren't, you know, in the beginning, so don't worry.
Got to learn this. That's okay.
Good job.
Okay. So, I mean, to be truthful too, sometimes once I got the pad on, I would even go up more. But now that you already said that, I'm catching myself. I'm like, oh, maybe it needs to be farther back.
You've got my trick. Okay. So what we're going to do, can we move Butters onto some level ground? Just so he's out of that hole there.
Yeah.
What we're going to do is move our saddle back.
Okay.
Okay. Now, our bars here, the start of our bars here, we want that to be clear of his scapula. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Now,
and since he's got such a pronounced.
Yeah, because when when you lay your saddle over like this, what happens is we block that shoulder.
Okay.
So we restrict his movement.
Okay.
Any horse that's being asked to move has to lift and engage his shoulder and get a full rotation in order to get as long a stride as he physically can.
Okay.
When we put the saddle like this, what we're saying to him is don't move your shoulder, but move forward. So all he can do is move from down here, block the actual bone and muscle at the top, and this will waste away. Okay? Now, I have to go the other side.
Okay, that's
Sorry.
Okay. And help, I can kind of push it back on this side too.
Yeah, we'll just...
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Hey, buddy. Okay.
This is a side question, but I know like a lot of people are always telling you to look for sweat marks. Is that a good representation of how your saddle fits?
It can be a really good indicator.
Okay.
So it's not everything.
Okay.
It's one of those things where if you notice a dry patch or you notice it much heavier one side than the other or in one area, that's a good indication that it's time to check things. Okay, so it might not be, it could be that you have a pad with shims. So the shim material may not have the same heat and breathability as other parts of the pad, and that could cause a little bit of difference. So don't freak out and, you know, it's just like, okay, let's see how this ties up with how he's moving, his weight, how's he behaving, that sort of stuff. Okay. So what we've done, in future, what I want you to do, is make like an L with your hand, and I want you to feel for the back of his scapula. So where the bone stops. And then with your hand in an L, we're going to move this saddle up, and I want the tip of my thumb to be about level with our concho here, like center of our concho. Okay. Thanks, Butters. Okay. You're right, buddy.
Okay, so then you're feeling that.
And just make sure we've got it.
Okay.
Good boy. Perfect. Have a feel of that. See how you feel.
Okay. Not as good as feeling it yet, but...
I know, it takes time.
Okay.
And I'll give you a landmark as well to double check it.
Okay.
Head up, Butters. All right, let's bring him back onto the little bit more level and head up again.
Okay.
Good boy. Okay. So Butters is going to present a bit of a problem because he is so broad, but he's a little bit hollow behind that shoulder.
Okay.
So we need to accommodate the width of his actual frame,
Okay.
but then we need to support what's lacking at the moment.
Okay.
Now with his type and his age and the way he feels, I have no doubt that he's going to fill and grow a little bit.
Okay.
So anything we do to correct, I feel is going to be temporary.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Okay.
just depending on...
Because he has some more time to fill out. Okay.
The worst thing we can do is go a narrower size right now for Butters because we want the saddle balanced up. If we go too narrow through the bars, what's going to happen is he's going to get pinched.
Okay.
So it'll look good on top.
Okay.
It'll be pinching. You'll still get white hairs, and he's going to shrink away because we're restricting that muscle again.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So he does need wider overall.
Overall,
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
And I have one other wide saddle too, that maybe we could throw on just to see if it.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
Okay.
This one looks different already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Different bar angles. Just because
okay.
you have a wide, you know, some might be.
I didn't know about bar angles.
Yeah. Yeah, they're
Okay.
all different, and it depends on the tree. It depends on the saddle maker.
Okay.
I don't want this on him. It's just biting him right here.
Okay. Okay.
Now-
Where it like pinches the hairs. Okay.
Now we can put a pad on,
Okay.
and it will make us feel better, but he'll still feel the pressure.
Okay.
Plus, once you girth up, we intensify.
Okay.
So let's put this away.
Okay.
This one isn't for him.
Okay. But
It's all right,
sorry,
Butters.
Butters. Okay.
So by the end of saddle fitting, even the best horse really hates me because it's just a constant on, off, on,
Yeah.
off, and they get frustrated.
They're like, what's going
yeah,
on?
so that's okay. If he gets a bit fidgety, I get it.
Okay.
What's this one?
It's an SRS,
Okay.
and it's been my favorite saddle because it fits most of my horses, to my knowledge, I guess.
Yeah.
But this was a saddle I was having a lot of troubles on him sliding forward a lot.
Gotcha. Okay. On Butters.
Yes.
Yeah.
So maybe that's because of the pads or something.
Could be.
Okay.
Could be. There's a lot of pads out there that people love that aren't really an effective pad.
Okay. I'm excited to ask you about that too.
Yeah, yeah. But and again, it's horses for courses. You know, we want them. You know, like
Yeah.
this pad might work for Gracie. It's not going to work for you.
Okay.
So never a guarantee on that one.
Okay.
Did you put this on or me?
I did.
The placement's perfect.
Oh, yay! Okay, I did have to scoot it back a little bit. Okay.
I know. Put
I'm
it.
learning.
Put it where you'd normally put it, and then move it back.
Okay. We'll do the practicing.
It'll come to you, you know, and you'll find you just do it without looking or thinking about it.
Okay.
So don't worry.
Okay. So on this one, I notice it sits lower.
Okay. Yeah. Lot less clearance.
Okay. Is that a good or a bad thing?
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
So
okay.
it's something that we can remedy within reason.
Okay.
Some saddles, depending on tree style and things like that, they get so low that to lift them up enough, you're using so much shimming, and that's not ideal.
What do you mean by shimming?
Shimming, like saddle pads with lifts or inserts. Little inserts that we tuck in there. They're fine within reason. You know, but you can't shim like this. You know, that you just want to keep it nice and close and as streamlined as possible. Okay.
And then when you fill up, are you just feeling like on that other saddle for little pinches or anything?
Tightness, pinches, loss of contact, difference in pressure, unevenness, all those things. Yeah. This is actually my favorite of them all so far. And it's because of the bar angle.
Well,
So this one, if you were custom making a saddle, this is more what we're going for. Something that is so close, just with a couple of little things to fix for it. But overall, it's not bad.
And maybe my big pad choice we've been using a lot lately are the CSI pads. And I know they add a lot of padding. So I'm curious, is that good or?
They do. They're a nice thick pad. Not overly thick, and they're dense. So you find that they won't collapse and they won't disintegrate. So sometimes I find people that have bought a pad that's supposed to be really good, and it is, but after 3 months it compresses at the shoulder. It stops doing what it's meant to do, and it causes a problem. But they don't realize it because it's like, well, I just bought that pad and it cost me this much. We've got to keep checking our gear every week. You know, just make sure it's okay. So the CSI is a wonderful pad for what you're doing as well, because it has like a skeleton inside it, which it is rigid. It can go the other way and cause a real problem with some saddles if it doesn't require it. Again, this is that horses for courses, you know. But for roping and things like that, the CSI is wonderful for dispersing that pressure and weight and things like that. So if you like it, if you like the CSI, we can give that a go and see if it does what we need.
Yeah, that's what I have out here.
Now, we're going to try a different pad. As I said, love CSI, but it's not helping him enough right now.
And this has been my go-to, is a CSI with this saddle. And that's the one that will slide forward a lot on.
See, what it's doing is...
why.
It's protecting him, but it's not correcting the saddle. So see how every time he puts his head down, we get a big lift behind? So even just in work, whether it's trotting, cantering, loping, whatever, we don't want this exaggerated flip behind. If we're getting that, it's going to tell us we're creating a problem at the front. So we need to balance it up and correct it so it sits solid. I don't. I have a 5-star and an impact gel. Impact gel. Impact gel. Let's go and have a look at that.
Hey, if you're not subscribed and you like this content, Butters just told me subscribe to our channel.
So what we're going to do, I'm going to have you jump in it. And we'll walk around somewhere, see if we can get a bit of... Oh, you got an arena there. Do you want to give him a trot?
And finish tacking the breast collar?
Everything. What we'll do, we'll get him ready now as if to ride. So.
Perfect.
Hey, buddy.
Do that.
So when a horse... Hey, Butters. When a horse is not... working, if you're just leading him along, if he's on the lunge, for instance, whatever it is, you will find that he carries himself differently and the saddle will sit differently. So when we're just walking around or you're leading him down, I don't pay attention to anything then. It's when we get level, we put the rider on, we start working. Okay. Hey, Amry, you want to come back for a second? Okay. Let's pull him up there for a second. I just want to check.
Okay.
Just see if he'll square up in front a tiny bit.
Okay.
Great. Okay. How do you feel right now?
I feel okay. Something I noticed was I heard my jingling back here.
Okay.
Which made me feel like it's really coming up.
Okay.
But I feel like I'm in a good spot on him.
Okay. So here's the interesting thing. Gracie, do you want to come back here? And don't you cheat, Amry, and change anything.
Okay. Oh no.
So stand right centered to Butters. What we have is the saddle slipping to the left. Now that was evident when Amry got on. But have a look at Amry. Look at her shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
And if she were to lift her shirt up, I guarantee her hips would probably be a little bit out. But that's Amry's style. So we also have to cater for her.
Okay.
So what I want you to do, Amry, is stand up in your saddle and put your weight in your right leg. Just give it a bit of a bounce. Yeah. Okay. Sit down again. How does that feel?
Feels good.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't notice too much because maybe I'm not used to that, but.
Okay. Sorry, I'll get out of the way.
I don't know if this matters, but I've had other people ride in my saddles and tell me that they think I have one leg shorter than the other.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think it's your hips and your.
Okay.
I think.
Am I crooked?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's things like, and I never want to delve into stuff, but sometimes people that have scoliosis or they've had a hip replacement or broken ankle, you see it a lot.
Okay.
In your case, I mean, you're not old. Have you ever done anything to your right rotator cuff or collarbone or anything like that?
Not that I know of. I've never broken a bone or anything like that.
Oh my God.
I mean, knock on wood, and I don't. Maybe I did break my finger a little bit.
That counts.
Yeah.
That counts. We've unjinxed ourselves.
Yeah.
All right. Off
Okay.
we go. We'll pick it up again.
Okay.
The nice thing about Amry is she is pretty straight, but she sits nice and quiet, like she's got a quiet seat. She doesn't interfere with Butters much. She does drop the right shoulder. Butters is having none of this.
Oh, wrong lead. And wrong lead.
Good deal. Good job. All right. Come on back.
I felt like my saddle stayed in place.
Mm-hmm. It has for the most part.
Okay.
One thing. Oh, hey, you did a great job. Yeah. Okay, you too.
Thank you.
So yeah, we're pretty good here.
Okay.
One thing I did notice is that when he started to stride out, this was taking a bit more contact.
Okay.
I want to keep an eye on that because this.
Oh, really?
Goodness gracious.
Tell me how you really feel.
This is going to pull our girth, which is going to pull our saddle.
Okay.
So we want to keep an eye on this bottom strap.
Okay.
You know.
How did it look back here?
Not too bad.
Okay.
I want to do a little bit of correction.
Okay.
But not much.
Okay.
Not much at all. Okay, let's go have a squeeze.
Okay. Sweet. So when you said correction, what do you mean by that?
So what I want to do is just correct his balance a little bit.
Oh, okay.
And it's not much. It's hardly anything. I actually would love to see him in a different pad. I love impact gels. They're one of my favorite.
Okay.
But because of what I want to do correction-wise, I can't do that with impact gel.
Okay.
So...
And I got other pads if you want to look at them.
Yeah, let's go have a look.
Okay.
Hey, Cisco.
This is my 5-star. I have another impact gel, but and then more impact gels, and I do have a Saddle Right.
Let's try that.
Okay. And I've been told with the Saddle Rights to use like a Navajo pad under it. I don't know if that matters or...
You don't have to.
Sorry, pads everywhere.
No, you're fine. We're going to go back to impact gel.
Okay. I do see like a gap right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again,
that's weird, huh?
Awesome pad. They're always nice and rigid, but sometimes it won't work.
Okay.
So we're going to go to impact gel, and I'm going to do a temporary correction.
Okay.
Let me get my bits and pieces.
Okay. That's okay. Oh, I'm back. I had to catch myself.
Perfect. Okay. So if you want to, I'll give you a hand to pop the saddle on.
Okay.
And what we'll do, I'm going to shim a couple of areas. I just had to check your dog wasn't dead.
No, he is the deepest sleeper ever.
He's just out
you could
to
be
it.
like, Chubbs, Chubbs, and he won't wake him.
Seriously, mate, are you all right?
Yeah, he really, this is very normal for him.
That's crazy.
And he's not even a year old yet.
Oh, is he not?
No, so he has no excuse.
I thought he was like an old man. And
that's what you might think.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Well,
he's going to be an interesting old man.
I know, isn't he?
When my mom went to pick him out, he was like slept the whole time then, and she's like, "That's the dog I want."
Yeah. Yeah.
So like putting some support right there in the front.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And this is honestly, this is one of the reasons I hate saddle fit YouTube stuff.
Yes.
Because you only get
I tried to watch a lot of
idea.
videos. I don't know it.
Well, you only get the fit and the results for one horse, one saddle, one pad.
So this is like 4 butters for me.
Exactly.
Okay.
Whereas, you'll get a lot of people like, oh, I watched this YouTube video, I'm going to do this, and I'll get out there and it's the complete opposite, and we've caused a massive issue. Okay. So it's one of those things, it comes with a disclaimer, whereas it's like, this is good entertainment and it's nice to know, but don't apply it to everything blindly.
Okay.
Or call me.
Yeah.
Help you.
Okay, yeah. Well, saddle fitting was a new topic to me, but I got on Facebook and saw you have a lot of very good reviews. So
yeah.
I wanted to get some knowledge.
Thank you. I am really proud of the qualifications and accreditations that I have. And I've been doing it now for, I don't even know, probably about 10 or 12 years.
That's awesome.
Yeah, probably about 10 years. And yeah, you work really hard, and occasionally, you'll get people that be like, oh, my farrier can fit saddles and he charges $20, and it's like, oh yeah, no worries. And
you get what you pay for.
Exactly. Yeah,
I believe that.
but you do, it gets a bit frustrating because you think, man, this was years for me to get,
Yeah. Yeah, you're paying for the years.
Yeah, that's right.
That other people didn't take.
And the hard part is that when you do know what you're doing or what you want to do and achieve, you tend to move through it a little quicker, and you make it look too easy. And a lot of people will be like, oh geez, I could do that, that's easy. It's like, no. Go do some training, take a couple of years out and go to school.
So let's take the breast collar off.
I kind of,
That's okay. That's good.
I just want to see what we get. Okay, there you go.
Okay.
I'll get him.
Whoops, tightened it up. So then too, like, you have to see this horse move.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because every horse moves differently. So he's going to move his saddles differently to his neighbour.
Okay.
And that's one of those things, it's like, oh, hey, Mr. Buddy. Yeah, you just need to saddle fit each horse independently.
Okay. Ooh.
How do you feel?
It doesn't move as much.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've just supported it.
Okay.
When we get off that shoulder too, we stop getting the impact from the shoulder.
Okay.
So when the horse moves like this, and your saddle's on top, your saddle's going to move.
Okay.
If we get behind it, it sits and does what it wants to do. Shoulders are doing what they want to do.
So I have a question. For the CSI pads, like how they're kind of designed like that, how come it wouldn't work? Is it because it's thickened the whole way?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So for him,
Oh, hi.
for him, I want the saddle to rest down a little more naturally.
Okay.
And we have to support the front just a tiny bit.
Okay.
It's one of those things where we're accommodating the bone, but we need to just help him out a little bit.
Okay.
It's better to go a little bit wide than a little bit narrow.
Okay.
As long as we correct.
Okay. I did YouTube saddle fitting videos, so someone said there in the YouTube parts, like, you can always put on a bigger pair of socks, but it has to be correct.
Exactly.
Otherwise, okay.
Exactly.
See what you mean. So just same thing both directions?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And tell me how you feel, if you feel anything different in Butters. I'm interested to see if he picks up that, what was it?
The right
canter?
lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a little harder. I had to take a couple times.
See if he wants to pick it up a little more willingly.
Okay.
Bang!
Yeah. Wow.
And you'll notice his carriage is a lot more relaxed.
Uh-huh.
He's carrying lower. Before, head was up, he was hollowed out.
Yeah. Okay.
This horse to me is quite sensitive.
Okay.
How do you feel?
It feels good.
Yeah?
I feel different,
Yeah.
but it feels good.
You'll feel different because what you're doing now is you're getting sat back and down.
Okay.
So even that tiny little bit, and we're talking probably maybe 5 mil, 7 mil, just that little bit is enough to tip your pelvis.
Okay.
It puts your legs in the wrong position. It puts all your upper body weight on his shoulder.
Okay.
And even though you're only small, you're asking him to carry 50 pounds worth of saddle. And then you've got a 100-pound worth of person that he should be able to carry on his back. But when our balance is out, we're saying, you know what, Butters, carry 80 pound of her just on this shoulder. You know,
Okay.
that's tough.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
I'm super happy he picked that lead up straight away.
Yeah, that was easy. The last
good.
time I had to get him in a tight circle to get him to do it.
That's right.
Yeah.
The other thing that we can be happy about is this carriage and that he is sensitive. So as soon as he felt good, he's like, okay, let me carry myself the way I want.
Okay.
Let me work that back. And he's only a baby, you know, he's still working all that out. But with a sensitive horse, tomorrow you might put something on, he'll be like, oh, hell no, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
And that's excellent because then you can go, what have I done?
Okay.
Let's step back and
because he's actually going to tell me. Okay.
The worst horses I deal with, or worst, you know what I mean?
Hardest.
Yeah. They are the ones that are very stoic because
Okay.
they've put up with horrible pain for a year, 5 years, and they've got all this damage. They've got a horrible way of going, a horrible action, because they've had to reconfigure their movement just to protect themselves.
Okay.
And that can take a really long time to break down.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
And are you liking the breast collar too?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am.
So when I team rope, as a preference, I like to have a breast collar on. I should just have like a looser one that's not pulling at him.
Not necessarily looser.
Okay.
We would loosen off here or here, wherever you're fastening it to. And we would just give a little more room.
Okay.
It's going to be that fine line between being too sloppy and a hazard or enough room for him just to be able to stretch without pulling the saddle forward.
Okay.
All right.
Can take him out
Yeah,
to
just
the
on the
left?
left rein, just one circle and I'll just make sure.
Okay.
That was nice. How'd you feel?
That felt good.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, looked
I
good.
thought his head was higher, but I wasn't trying to like put too much thought into
No.
anything like. Okay.
Baby stuff.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
he goes through those cycles where he feels good, he's comfortable, he's got it together, and then he gets a little bit too confident, and then
Okay.
things go everywhere, and head comes up, and then he comes back.
Okay.
That's all right.
Yeah,
See
okay.
how it is in a week, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
You know?
I do like already like this way. My saddle feels so much
Good.
like more secure. Like, I
Excellent.
feel like before sometimes it would roll more.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
Was there a lot of movement back here? Okay.
No, it was
okay.
good. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Good boy. No worries. we'll go and see what it looks like underneath.
Okay.
Okay.
You're going to be so much happier with me.
Yeah, I think he's going to really come into it.
And then when you're checking underneath now, is it for
sweat,
okay.
dry patches, hair displacement,
okay.
anything like that.
Okay.
Anything that I'm just not happy with.
Okay, yeah. That's how you get perfection though.
That's the one.
Be bothered.
That's the one. Now I'm going to hold the pad, okay? I don't want the pad to move at all.
Okay.
So
the inserts might...
That's all right.
Okay.
They can drop.
Okay.
But I'll hold it here if you want to drag it.
Okay. Sorry, sometimes.
Oh, do you want the fender on this side up?
Maybe that would help.
Yep.
Thank you.
That is okay.
I'm a little shorter too.
Let me flick these girths up.
Okay, perfect.
Just to get them off. Okay.
There we go.
I know. Gracie, get up here.
Okay. I just set that down. And then these.
Okay.
What are these materials? Or this material?
That is actually a thin line shim.
Okay.
Okay. So it's a closed cell high density rubber.
Okay.
So it takes a lot of impact, shock absorption. It corrects things without collapsing.
Okay.
They're a brilliant, brilliant pad. Really
okay, that's
good.
awesome.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Step down for you. So then how come you didn't want the saddle pad to move?
Because I want to see what it looks like underneath.
Okay.
Without us grabbing hair.
Oh, okay.
And we had some fuzzed up pieces when we first started.
Okay.
So those ones I just need to know,
okay.
you know, that they were already there.
Okay.
And I just want to make sure. Okay, good. I'll take it off in a sec and show you. Just want to make sure that the saddle was performing the way it looked to be.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so we had all of this before, this fuzziness.
Okay.
What we've got now, and this little bit of fuzzy from before.
Okay.
Overall, through here, it's nice and smooth.
Okay.
And that's what I want to keep going for him because that shows us there's no movement.
Okay.
This piece here, I'm going to keep an eye on that.
Okay.
Now that could be anything. It could be where we mounted, but we're going to watch it just there. Okay. It's not on the other side. That's why I feel like it's possibly a mounting thing.
Okay. Okay. Because when I'm mounting, I'm kind of pulling it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So see here?
Oh, okay.
So now we have a much smoother section. This is all from before.
Okay.
And this is what he had before was burring up here.
Okay.
That's what we want to avoid.
Okay. Done.
Okay.
Awesome.
So I'll put this down. I'm going to write up some notes.
Okay.
And I'm going to take a photo of Butters.
Okay.
But then he's done.
Okay.
He can go.
Thank you. And then you have the pad recommendation?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm excited to
yeah,
get that pad.
I'll write that down, send you a link. It'll be
Okay.
through Classic Equine.
Okay.
Not a cheap pad.
Okay.
But you're going to have it in 5-6 years. You know, probably 10. You know, depending how much work it gets.
Yeah.
So we'll cover it all. Make all the
Awesome.
notes for you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
No worries.
And maybe just for the channel, for anyone that wants to reach out and have their horse worked on, they can contact you through Facebook?
Sure can.
Okay.
Topline Saddle Fitting America on Facebook. My phone number's there, email's there. Always happy to help you out.
And you were quick to get back to me and quick to get me on the schedule, so thank you.
Awesome. My
Appreciate
pleasure.
that.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
BJ has headed off. She was more than amazing to work with. I would 11.565 million out of 10 recommend booking with her if you have any saddle fitting questions and you are in the Arizona area. I think she goes all throughout Arizona and travels, so that's pretty cool. She did leave me with some notes I'm going to share with you guys. First of all, I want to show off her card. That is her contact info. If you want to get a hold, like I said, I would definitely recommend her. And this is what she left me with. These notes. Pause the video if you want to read. I just think it's kind of cool to show off that there is a lot that goes into fitting a saddle. So that's awesome. Now, she did leave me some homework for Butters as well. Now, Butters was overall a great participant. He's definitely cookie hungry, so we're going to be working on that, making sure he knows when it's appropriate to stick his mouth in our area. But the homework she left for the next month was that I need to come to the center of where his saddle is and send her a picture of his full body. So like that, so that we can see if and how the saddle is changing, because he is young, he is going to be making changes to his body. His body's going to be growing and developing still. So I'm just really, really excited that we can get on board. She made me feel a lot more confident and moving forward with Butters. So all of that is some really great things. And Butters is going to have a new saddle pad. She sent me the link. I'll tag that right here. It's going to be a classic equine saddle fit that's going to add more room to that shoulder area. So you guys get to see the whole saddle fitting process. And one thing that I do want to point out is this was very specific and tailored for Butters and I. So although I would love these tips and tricks to help you, make sure to consult your saddle fitter or BJ or anyone that has more knowledge in helping you figure out what's best for your horse. I think that was something very important that BJ stressed, is this is for my saddle, my pad, my horse. This isn't a one shoe fits all kind of thing. That's not how saddle fitting works. I hope you guys enjoyed this process. As always, if you liked this video, give us a thumbs up. Check out BJ, she's awesome. And subscribe to our channel. Thank you guys for coming along. Butters and I will catch you on the next adventure. We're gonna get that pad ordered and in the mail.